Jones. Have you heard of the Millionaire Patriot? Well, you should. He has a free handgun and 5 days of firearms training waiting for you. That's right. You can attend 5 days of world-class gun training at Front Sight Firearms Training Institute and secure a 30-state concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. Plus, if you act fast, the Millionaire Patriot will give you a free Springfield Armory XD pistol in the caliber of your choice. I believe now is the time that you and your family need to be armed and trained to levels that exceed law enforcement and military standards. Front Sight provides such training without any boot camp mentality or drill instructor attitudes. This is real. Don't miss out. Secure a Front Sight defensive handgun course, plus a 30-state concealed weapons permit for pennies on the dollar, and get your free handgun. Go to frontsight.com today. That's FRONTSIGHT.com. Go to frontsight.com for your training and free gun. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. I've told you for a long time it's important to be self-sufficient, and today that's more important than ever. We need to be independent, and food and water is the key. You'll never have to stand in a bread line if you have your own bread. You'll never have to go to the Superdome and beg for FEMA to take care of your family in any emergency if you simply prepare. No one is going to take care of your family in the final equation but you. You know eFoodsDirect.com is still able to ship storable food that's safe from E. coli, salmonella, genetic alteration, or Chinese imports. And they do it at almost half the cost of last year's grocery prices. Call 1-800-409-5633. Or on the web, go to eFoodsDirect.com. Visit eFoodsDirect.com and look over the fine list of high-quality, freeze-dried, and dehydrated foods they have to offer. Watch the free videos, look at their online catalog, or give them a call at 1-800-409-5633. Again, 800-409-5633, or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com. Take action today. The first step is getting storable food.
It's a new year full of uncertainties. People are being laid off in record numbers. The price of food continues to rise, and the economy continues to falter. You know that you need to prepare. And maybe you've been putting it off, but the time to act is now. That's why you need to visit Organicaseed.com. At Organicaseed.com, you'll find one of the largest online selections of heirloom seeds, survival seed packs, as well as the giant vegetable seed collections that can feed you and your family for years. Imagine growing your very own fresh vegetables, wheatgrass, fruits, herbs, rice, tea, coffee, and tobacco. With detailed growing guides available to you at no charge, you can maximize your harvest and investment. And the best part? All orders ship within 24 hours. So head over to Organicaseed.com. That's Organica seed.com. Organicaseed.com today.
What I'm going to do is massive news blitz starting at 8 after the second segment of the next hour, then continuing with open phones. Webster Tarpley popping in for about 45 minutes in the last hour. I was going to have nothing but calls today, but then Ron Paul was on, and then Tarpley's just been right about too much stuff. Right on target. My respect for him grows every day. So that is coming up later in the transmission today. I did even skip a break last hour for Ron Paul because he had to change when he was coming on. I'm going to go back to Scott and Philip and Donna and David and Randy and others here in just a moment. But before I do that, I want to tell you about a few of the sponsors that have made today's transmission possible. Guys, you give me that stack of DVDs over there, because I can't get up and get them. The number one sponsor is My Films. The number one sponsor is My Documentaries. That's how we fund this operation. That and our advertisers. Plus, these really are the premier anti-New World Order, pro-liberty films out there. I mean, Endgame is more important than the Obama deception overall. This shows you who the globalists are, what their master plan is, that they're eugenicists, the admitted murder of troops and foster children and black people and Native Americans and everybody else. I mean, this film is what's on record. I mean, these people will take a 2-year-old and strap them down and radiate them to death. They'll take a foster kid and give them drugs till they die, knowing it's going to kill them. I mean, you want to know who we're fighting, folks. These are real monsters, and Endgame covers it. Get it? Make copies of it. Get it out to everybody. This film needs to be mega viral. Generation RX, about how they're drugging our kids by design. Very important film we carry. Fabled Enemies, the latest and best 9/11 truth film out there with the latest info by Jason Burness. Hardcore. Fabled Enemies. Anthrax War, new film we're carrying. Excellent, getting into all that threat and the government operations and history of it. Very well produced. Global Warming, Emerging Science and Understanding, Dr. Michael Kaufman. Very well done, even better than his last one, Breaking Down the Fraud of Global Warming. You may know all about this. Your friends, your family, your neighbors don't. And they're using global warming to micromanage and set up the eugenics economy, the micromanaging carbon tax, carbon footprint system. You need to see this film. This film's free when you get it with the Obama Deception or some of my other documentaries. Free. And it's the entire interview with Aaron Russo before he died, the last video interview out there. Great guy. People kept asking for it on DVD. Here it is with an update by myself on the banking takeover, the New World Order, and a lot of his predictions coming true. It's Reflections and Warnings. It's about 100 minutes long on DVD. You can get it free. Check out the offers at Infowars.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Films like Martial Law, the classic, 3 hours long with 45 minutes of extras. This is an incredible film. The police state, the New World Order, their philosophy, Bohemian Grove, all of it. This is like 3 films in one. The biggest film I ever made. This film's probably been seen by more people and more DVDs sold than all these combined. And it's good because it shatters the left-right paradigm and how both parties are controlled. It's elementary. It's got a lot of insight in the latest developments in his real agenda versus his fake one. But it's very popular because it's elementary. It's designed for those that don't understand this. And it's breaking everybody's conditioning. This film is devastating. This is the film to show a beginner. The Obama Deception, own it on DVD. And a lot of other books and videos we carry. Okay, so Infowars.com or 888-253-3139. 888-253-3139. You can also write to me. I'm Alex Jones at 3001 South Lamar, Suite 100, Austin, Texas, 78704. And I don't really use that Dropbox anymore. I'm supposed to stop using that. What's the P.O. Box? Make me start using the P.O. Box. Because I am just bad. I keep using that address, and they tell me I can't use it in a couple of months. Well, go ahead and tell folks on air, Hoosh. Pop it on air right now.
It'll be 19549. Austin, Texas. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do it all for you. 19549. That's the P.O. Box. Austin, Texas, 78760.
Good job, my man. Thank you. Now, give it out to them again, because they're going to call and say they didn't hear it. I mean, I couldn't even have written that down that fast.
Free Speech Systems, LLC, P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas, 78760.
That's right. And you can address stuff, Alex Jones, Infowars, Free Speech Systems, whatever you like. It all works. Okay, thank you so much. And then one last sponsor, because I didn't plug any of this last hour. We're catching up. And we're going back to your calls. AcolaBlue.com. AcolaBlue.com. Did you know you can be drinking fresh, clean water made right from the air you breathe? No, this isn't something out of a science fiction book. Our sponsor, Acola Blue, with the Acola Blue 28 machine, will allow you to do just that. It's easy to use, and it will make up to 7.5 gallons of water per day. That's just their smaller unit. The water, once generated, passes through 7-stage filter process, including reverse osmosis and carbon filtration techniques, ensuring that you know exactly what you're drinking. No chemicals, pollutants, or fluoride. We spend so much time talking about on the show. Get your very own source of unlimited, renewable drinking water for you and your family today by visiting them on the web at AcolaBlue.com or by checking out the banners on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Give them a call at 800-691-6043, 800-691-6043. Okay, I'm done with that 5-minute rant plug fest. Let's just try to get to your calls here. Scott, recap the point you were making. It sounded really interesting, and then finish up.
Yeah, well, basically what I was getting at is finding out the why behind all these. Everything that you're following, all those groups, absolutely it's happening, it's undeniable, it's indisputable. But I was trying to get as to the why. I mean, let's face it, most of us growing up, especially these days, are brought up to distrust politicians and world leaders because they seem to only have the interest of a very few elite at heart. But, I mean, did it ever occur to anyone that the bulk of the U.S. population, and heck, the world population for that matter, does not have the mental capacity to deal with some of the difficult decisions that need to be made on a very grand scale? What do you think of it?